So in this video we will discuss about the acquired immunity. In the previous video we have discussed about the innate immunity. Okay, so if we talk about the innate immunity, let me give you the overview. That is basically before the birth, that was naturally, and that was non-specific, which means that that was not targeted. But if we talk about the acquired, so that is targeted. Okay, one thing I want to tell you guys about the innate immunity is that, so that was naturally. Okay, if we talk about the acquired, that is not naturally, that is present after the birth, or that is transfer after the birth, and that is specific, which means targeted. Okay, specific. So if we talk about the acquired immunity, that is basically classified on the basis of passive immunity, passive acquired immunity, and the active acquired immunity. Okay, if we talk in this video, we'll discuss about the passive and active both. Okay, first of all, let me tell you guys about the passive. Passive immunity, required immunity is basically ready-made. That is ready-made, which means that you can take the example of the antibodies. If we talk about the antibodies, so they are basically the immune globulin, which means that they are basically the protein which is globulin. This is the protein, and this is the protein of the immune system, so that's why we are calling it the immune globulin. Okay, so this antibodies is basically provided to the children by inserting through the injections, and these all, okay, will provide to children's that is most common in the children's, we are giving by inserting the injection. Okay, there are two type of the immune globulin. First, if we talk about, that is the IgG, which is the immunoglobulin, which is immunoglobin. This is the type. Okay, so this is a type of the antibody. Okay, if we talk about this, so this is basically targeted, this antibody is basically targeted to the bacteria and virus we are having in our body. So this is basically the vaccine which is targeting on the bacteria and virus, so this vaccine will kill them. Okay, if you talk about this, so this is basically, it is transplacental, which means that by placenta we are having the placenta. What is placenta? Placenta is that in the mother we are having a baby. If the baby is formed, so on the baby we are having the layer like structure, we are calling that as a placenta. So by placenta, from mother to child, so from, it is like the transplacenta. Okay, and it is occurred by the mother to the child, like with the help of the nutrients we are having the nutrients, with the help of the umbilical cord, as you guys all know, we are having in the baby we are having the umbilical cord. Okay, so we are cutting them after the baby is born. So from that, the baby is like getting the nutrients from the mother blood and these all. So this is what, this is the transplacenta, from where the mother is giving to the mother to the child. Okay, so this is basically, if we talk about that IgG, from where it is coming, so it is coming from mother to the child. Okay, this is naturally processed. If we talk about the second type, which is IgA. So if we talk about the IgA, it is, if we talk about, so that is basically If we talk about the causing, so that is caused by the rotavirus. What is rotavirus? It is basically a virus which causes the food poisoning, and from food poisoning it caused the watery diarrhea. Okay, watery diarrhea. So if it is basically, if you talk about this, so this one IgA, so it is transferred by, no, not this, yeah, rotavirus is basically transferred by the unhygienic things we are having the, okay, we are having the unhygienic things, like there is food or water, so from there the rotavirus is basically transferred. Okay, and this rotavirus basically work against of the poliovirus and the SARS-CoV virus, this COVID-20. Okay, so that basically work against the polio and the SARS-CoV. If we talk about where it is coming, from where it is coming, like the IgA, from where it is coming, the IgG was coming from the mother to the children. Okay, so it is, these both are basically the antibiotics in the children's. Okay, so if we talk about the IgA, so it is coming from the colostrum. What is colostrum? Colostrum is basically having a IgA, which is the, you can say that, immunoglobulin type A. Okay, so it is basically coming from the colostrum. What is colostrum? Colostrum is basically the starting milk of a mother. In the starting milk of a mother, we are calling that as a colostrum, and this is very beneficial for a baby. This is very beneficial for a baby because from that the natural immunity is basically developed in the baby. Okay, and if we talk about the, yeah, we are having the, and it's ready-made antibody. Okay, so the ready-made antibody by mother to the fetus. What is fetus is basically in mother's womb we are having the fetus is basically produced, so it is basically transferred from mother to the fetus, and that one antibody was transferring from the mother to the child. So these are naturally ready-made immune system, like to produce the immune system very strong by these antibiotics. So this is the type of the antibiotics. We were IgA and IgG. So these both were the type which is present in the children's. Okay, like from the birth. Now if we talk about the, we are having the disease, that is the tetanus. Okay, so tetanus is basically a disease just basically common in the children's too. This is very common in the children's. Okay, so if we talk about the ATS, what is ATS? ATS basically the anti-tetanus serum is there. Okay, to prevent from the tetanus. So that we are inserting in a body. We are inserting to body. Okay, so this is artificial. So if we talk about the one more, we are having the antibody. So for, yeah, one more I'm having a, that is the anti-venom. What is anti-venom? Anti-venom is basically for the poisonous things, like for example if any snake is there. Okay, so for the snake we are having, okay, if the snake is biting to the, to any kind of a human, so for that we are having that antibody. So we are, for that we are having the ASV. What is ASV? That is the anti-snake serum. Okay, so that anti-snake serum we are giving to the human for the poisonous, if there is a poisonous substance in there in the human body, like the snake is biting, so we are giving that. So if we talk about that serum, that is serum is basically used for the causative organism. Okay, one more thing I want to tell you guys, that anti-snake serum is basically produced by the horse too, because horse is having the abilities in their body, in the horse body we are having the ASV. Okay, So ASV is basically produced in the horse body. Sometimes we are like extracting from the horse and then we are giving to the human for the to for the causative organism that they have bite on the human body, so that we are also giving the anti-snake serum. So these are what. And if you talk about the serum is yellowish in color, and it cannot clot. Okay, so these were what, these were the antibodies that we are giving. It is not naturally we are giving, these are the artificially. But if we talk about these antibodies, that IgA immunoglobulin 1, so these are basically ready made, which are like present in the children and which are transferred from the mother to the child. Okay, so this was about the passive acquired immunity, which is ready made antibodies that we are giving. Okay, so today in this video we have discussed about the passive, because the video is getting so long. So in this video we have discussed about the passive acquired immunity. So in the next video we will discuss about the active acquired immunity.